Wade. I'm doing this YouTube channel with one of my buddies. We're going to be doing a whole lot of bass fishing videos. This video today is actually going to be about the baits I use. So, this box right here has my buzz baits in it. So let's get in. Alright, so I have quite a few buzz baits. This one here is a handmade buzz bait. It has a chrome buzz on it. It's all black, has gold eyes. See right there, I do pretty good on these. I don't like buying machine or company made baits anymore personally, because they tend to have, you know, whenever they have the skirts on them, they actually put a rubber band around them, right? Well, you gotta replace that skirt after so much time because it'll rot off or it'll just be worn out. Well, I've actually never had one of these come untied on me. It's actually a hand tied bait right there, as you can see. So this one here is a solid white buzz bait with a gold clacker. I tend to have quite a bit more action with the gold clacker rather than the chrome. I don't know what it is, but it gets some bass going. So here you can see I have another solid black one, except this time on this one I have a trailer hook. The trailer hooks I use are made by Strike King. They're the tour grade trailer hooks. You can see, I'll take one out so you can look at it. The difference in these, I like using these more than the other trailer hooks you can buy. These have the rubber on the aisle where all you gotta do is hook it right into the hook and you got it right there. I generally use a trailer hook all the time, so just in case you get that big bass, it likes to short strike and it hits right behind it. Well, in that case, hey, you don't have to worry about that. This one here, this is a factory made bait. I just bought it, I thought it looked pretty cool. I hadn't really tried it out a whole lot. I haven't had any action. It has a black buzz on it. Then I have a solid chartreuse one with a chrome buzz on it. I got tangled up here. I got a solid chartreuse one with a gold clacker on it. Got a few bobbleheads in here. I'll get one that's rigged up, ready to go. These right here are, I like fishing with a lot. They're just bobbleheads. You can go buy them at your local outdoor store. I think they have them at Bass Pro, Academy, you know. Just whenever they're in the water, they make that movement right there. They just sit there and wobble in the water. They create a lot of good action. I have another handmade one. This one's white with a chrome buzz on it. I generally, whenever I buy my buzz baits, I'll buy the chrome and the gold. Sometimes they may like the chrome better than they do like the gold. I don't know what it is. So, if you have any questions, hey, feel free to comment in the ask a question below. We can come back and do another video later on about your questions, and we'll try to respond to them as fast as we can. So that's it with that one. This one here is all my terminal tackle. So here you got I don't really know what you could call this, but one of my buddies, I know somebody here in town that makes these. They're really good. It's a really good bait. It's his version of a tequila shad. And as you can see, I got a 10-inch tequila shad worm on the back of it. He just made the weight and the skirt for me. I actually put the hook on myself. He left it bared just the weight with a little eye on it. I actually put the hook that I prefer on myself. The hooks I prefer are made by Eagle Claw. They're trocar hooks. I call them a straight shank hook. It's a 5/0 straight shank hook. I don't use anything under 5/0. See, to me, I don't know what it is about trocar, but they stay sharper way longer than the any other bass hooks I've used before. I use them on anything, really. I use them on a creature, I use them on worms, I use them on crawls, you know. Just, I like how they look and how they hook fish. This one here is another handmade jig. It's has a little bit of purple in there. It's blue, black, more of a June bug, and darker colored jig. It has two rattles on the back. My bad. It's a real good bait. I like fishing with it. On my jigs, I generally put a trailer like a beaver, a sweet beaver, or kinky beaver on the back side of them, just to act as a trailer. Here's another jig. I actually have not used this one yet. I'm still waiting to see if I can catch a good one on it. That's it for my tournament tackle. Now we're gonna go into my crankbaits and spinnerbaits. These here I like using. These are called, oh, got a hook on there. These are called Strike King 2-taps. They're different. It's essentially a rattle trap, but they're made different. They have a little bit, see how it comes to a point here and next down, and it'll come back to narrower here. I like these a lot. I've caught some good fish on these. This one's a crawl color. They have big ones, they have small ones, and then this is actually the mid-sized one. I think it's the Strike King 2.5 2-tap, but the weight, it's actually way down the front, has balls in it that are made from tungsten. That's the difference between a rattle trap and a 2-tap. Here is a rattle trap. Of course, you know, they're good, versatile baits. I've caught some good crappie on a lake that's actually close to where I live. Caught some good crappie, caught some bass, you know. This one here is another 2-tap spread eye shad. Just a regular shad color, nothing too special about that one. I caught good fish on them. Here's a citrus shad. No, yes, this is a citrus shad color, I do think. It's red eye shad. See, this one here is a, can you get it undone? No, so this one here is a sexy shad 2-tap. It's another good color. I caught some fish on all these 2-taps, every color that I have. So we're gonna get in my spinner baits here. So here is a more of a June bug color spinner bait. It has a brass spinning on it. I haven't caught anything on it yet. I'll throw it every once in a while. I'm not big on spinner baits personally, but every once in a while I'll throw one. Here's a solid white with a double spoon on it. They're both chrome. It's about time to get me a new one of them. Here's another June bug one. It has a chrome spoon on it, as you can tell. And then here's a chartreuse spinnerbait. These ones I'm showing you, they're all handmade by somebody I know locally here in town. This one's a solid chartreuse one with the chartreuse trailer, the wood leaf gold. They're good baits to throw. Whenever I throw one, I generally go to the chartreuse first. Personally, I like it. It fishes well for me. I got the trailer on the back of it. I can't remember who makes this trailer. The wood leaf gold. Let's see. I think that's it on my spinnerbaits. So now we're gonna go into my top water. I like fishing top water baits. They're good baits to throw whenever bass are, of course, hitting top water. But whenever I start out with, whenever bass are hitting top water, is my buzz baits. I like fishing buzz baits more than some of these other baits. But if they're not hitting my buzz baits, I'll throw one of these crankbaits. This is a 60 shad KVD Bandit. I've caught some good fish on these. I'll throw them out into the mouth of a cut or something, or if I'm fishing a slough, I'll throw it, hit, and just run it down one edge. This one actually goes to I think this one's a 5 to 10 foot diving crankbait. Here's another one. This one's I think this one is a 3 to 5 KVD Bandit crankbait. I love KVD. KVD makes good crankbaits. Here's another bait I've caught some good fish on. Is a Rattling Rogue. This is actually called the Super Rogue. I'm not too sure on the color, but it has a little bit orange on there. Yellow belly with a black head. And it actually has a red eye. Then I have more of a natural shad color. This one actually has 3 hooks in the middle here. It's another Rattling Rogue. It's more of a chrome with a white belly and with a black top. It's more of a natural colored shad. Here's a whopper plopper here. I think it's actually the mid-sized whopper plopper they make. They make I think they make one that's huge. I didn't buy that one. This one is a mid-sized one. They make some that are a lot smaller. Here's a ribbit. I like fishing with these also whenever I'm fishing in some lily pads. I'll throw this, and whenever it hits the water, I bring it off the lily pad. It makes a lot of movement whenever it hits the top of the water. It's kind of like a swim bait, as you can tell right here. They'll just sit there like a propeller. They'll sit there and just make a whole lot of movement on top of the water. Here's a Higdon Tiny Torpedo. I normally don't fish with this a whole lot unless I'm fishing pond fishing. This is a really good bait. I've caught some pretty good sized bass on this right here. I've lost a few of them because fish, they broke my line or they've just got off. I didn't take the hook good enough and they just spit it out. But here's a Boomer Square A. Not real sure the color on it, but as you can see, it has some black lines with a yellow belly, green top, the black stripe going down the back. I'll throw this one in some cuts too. Just whenever I know they're on crankbaits, I'll usually have this one on first. I'll throw it out there. If they're not really wanting it, I'll go to my KVD chartreuse and black crankbait, square bill crankbait. This one it actually goes, I think it's a shallow water one. It's 3 to 5. It's a good bait. I've caught some good fish on them. And then I got a hula popper. I only fish these, like I said, it's kind of like a tiny torpedo. I only fish these about, I don't know, I think the only time I've ever done this one was whenever I fish in ponds. I've caught some more good fish off of this one right here. It's a pretty bait. Just whenever you throw it, you just take it, you pull it once, and it'll just make a big thud, like boom, boom, boom. Just however many times you pop it back. It's just a good bait. It has a lot of action, a lot of movement, makes a lot of noise, and the fish absolutely love it. I just think that's it on them. I got a frog. I forgot to show my frog a while ago. I got a frog. It's pretty worn out. I'll throw it some too. Whenever I'm fishing them. Whenever I'm fishing in lily pads, I'll throw it, I'll roll it, bring it back. A lot of the time I tend to fish with is worms. I love worm fishing. I'm not real big on crankbaits. I'm not real big on worms. I mean, not worms. I'm not real big on anything other than worms. I'm not big on spinner baits, buzz baits, but whenever they're on, they're on. To me, it kinda, I don't know, maybe different for some people, but whenever I throw my worms, and then if I have a crankbait on or something like that, I tend to catch better quality fish rather than on my worms rather than crankbait. I don't know what it is, but it may be just me. But these rather than rows here, they're loud. You take them, throw them. I usually let mine sit in the water for about, I don't know, I'll let it sit about 5 seconds. Then it'll just sit on top of the water. Then I'll pull it. It'll dive, and I'll let it float back up to the top. Let it sit for about 3 seconds. I'll just keep cranking all the way until I get it back in. And I'll just throw it right back out there. I've caught, I think the biggest fish I've ever caught on one of them rows was a 3.5 pound bass, and I caught it on a lake a couple hours from where I live. I had a tournament. I fished. I did some pre-fishing with my dad, and I caught about 3.5 pound bass on that lake, and that's a pretty good bait to use. But let's see, I don't know about y'all, but the only weights whenever I fish with my worms that I use is tungsten. I love tungsten. I used to use lead, but I don't know what it is about these tungstens that I love. These right here are Strike King. As you can see, these are Strike King tungsten weights. See, but me and my buddy, we recently just got sponsored by Titan Tungsten. You can go to the link down below and use our promo code TITANSTAFF19 to get 20% off your order. They actually just set up a rewards program where it'll save your orders for future orders. I think I have to look, but after so many points, you can spend some more money. After so many points, they'll give you some. I think they actually might give you a cash voucher to where you can go and either buy more weights with it or do what you please with that bait. But here's another one I forgot to talk about. This right here is a shaky head. Shaky heads, they'll just go whenever it hits the water. I use a finesse worm. I use Z-Man Junebug finesse worm. These right here, These are really good. I've caught some stud fish. I'm not real sure what the biggest fish I've caught on a shaky head is, but I know it produces real good fish. Oh, another thing about these tungsten weights made by Titan, they do not chip. I've used them. I've hit them on rocks. I've hit them on logs. I've hit them on everything. Hitting them up against trees, docks, whatever. You name it, I've hit it. I guarantee you. But I've yet to have one chip on me. But that's my video. This is part 1. I'll come back later and do a part 2, and we'll get into my soft plastics and jigs. Thank y'all. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to go buy you some tungsten weights from Titan. Thanks.